Carry Me was 3 separate stories, true stories, all of them. The first one was in New Orleans. I remember being down there, and I was walking down the street, and a girl came running out of an alley, and she said, there's a man, he's hurt down there, you gotta help him, you gotta help him. And the first thing I thought about was, if I go down that alley, I don't know what's gonna happen, because they plan that kind of stuff all the time. You go down there, they rob you or whatever, and I see this guy on the ground, but before I could react, there was an ambulance pulled up, and they went down and picked him up. I don't know, I think the guy was just really drunk, and as they were lifting him up, they're asking him, can you walk? And he says, carry me, carry me. And so that's the title. There was
Someone helped him to his feet. I heard him say desperately, carry me, 'cause I can't make it on my own. Carry me back home.
there was the second story was when I was young. There was a guy who had a car lot not far from where I lived, and he was a compulsive gambler, and on his car lot there was all these beat up hunk of junkers, you know, and I remember he had a neon sign, and the R in the neon sign, it was called Richard's Auto Sales, and the R in the neon sign would be flickering because he never could afford to get it fixed, I guess. Well, he ended up winning the very first Olympic lottery in Ontario, and that was $1 million. And within 6 months, there was all Corvettes on the parking lot, on his lot. And he went to Vegas and blew the whole thing. And within, I think, 8 months to a year, he'd gone through the whole thing. And so that's the story about that.
Took a little trip to a Vegas hotel to try his luck on a roulette wheel. That day his touch was about as cold as hell. He lost everything he owned in a gambling deal.
The last story was I used to babysit a young guy when I was young, and as he got older, he had problems with depression and ended up taking his own life.
It's never the end. Sometimes you just need a friend.
Carry Me 2024 is a story about addictions, hunger, mental health disorders, and of course, homelessness.
As a former police officer, I saw how drug use broke up families, led to crime, led to homelessness, led to mental health.
Elected officials are the reason we have so many homeless on the streets. And since they created the problem, it's up to them to correct the problem. We have to look to our government leaders to fix this problem.
Lockdowns led to many people with problems with money, being able to pay for food, rent, mortgage. Many mental health problems led to a lot of people moving out in the streets. The government didn't do anything to help the people.
Drugs, mental health disease, hunger, and homelessness, they're not only epidemics, they're pandemics.
No children in our country should be living in tents and on the streets when money's going to other countries.
Homelessness is a serious problem. We're all supposed to be in this together.
In 2020, we were told by government officials that we're all in this together. What happened in 2024 with homelessness and poverty? Are we not all in this together for that?
The big slogan we got over the last few years, especially in 2020, was build back, build better. Does this look like it's better?
Addictions, hunger, homelessness do not discriminate. People do.
Everybody's got a story, you know, everybody's got a story, and there's a lot of times in my life I've needed to be carried, and you know, this song has gone on. I mean, there's story after story that this song has gone on to save lives, you know, because I think when they hear it, people realize, you know, we're not alone. We're not alone. We're not the only ones going through this. The guy in the song is writing about me, and I think that's what's really important.
I saw a man lying in the street, asking for a helping hand. He said, anyone got any sympathy for a drunken man? But all the people, they just walked on through. And he said, ain't nobody ever understands. Just maybe if you all were in my shoes, then you'd see why I'm the way I am. Someone helped him to his feet. I heard him say desperately, carry me, carry me, 'cause I can't make it on my own. Carry me, carry me back home. I heard about a gambling man who lost his house in a poker game. He said, one day I'm gonna find myself a winning hand, and we'll start living all over again. So he took a little trip to a Vegas hotel to try his luck on a roulette wheel. That day his touch was about as cold as hell. He lost everything he owned in a gambling deal. That night his wife picked up the phone to hear him say desperately, carry me, carry me, 'cause I can't make it on my own. Carry me, carry me back home. Well, I know it's hard to comprehend, but when you feel you can't go on, it's never the end. Sometimes you just need a friend. I knew somebody who lost his way, got himself a loaded gun. They found him lying at the light of day, but it's too late to undo what's already done. Maybe if we listen so close, how many times will he